Hi, and welcome to week 10 of the high school football season. I'm Kelly Hines here with Barry Lewis. Barry, we've made it to the final week of the regular season. Let's talk about last week. A number one team went down for the fourth week in a row.
It's amazing, although it wasn't totally surprising, as we predicted on this show last week, as Broken Arrow defeated Jenks 31-21, and it really means the 6A race is wide open. It's as wide open as it's been in 4 or 5 years, I think. Don't you think, Kelly? Mm-hmm. Who do you like in 6A? How do you view the 6A race?
I think it is wide open, and it's weird to be so concerned about those West Side teams. It's been a while since we've seen that happen, but Midwest City, I think, according to your rankings, number one team in the state right now. It's hard to go against them, but you look at the other teams that we have here, with Broken Arrow winning a district title, and with Union and Jenks, you have to think that they're still going to be in the mix. So I think right now it is wide open. What do you think?
Well, Midwest City is my number one ranked team. They are 6A's only undefeated team, and they've looked great. My only thing about Midwest City, as far as them going all the way, is we've seen Midwest City have great regular seasons before in recent years and then fizzle out in the playoffs. And so there's still a little bit of a doubt factor there. I'm not totally sold on Midwest City, even though they deserve the number one ranking at this point. Union, Broken Arrow, I think if I had to make a pick right now, I'd project them to face each other in the state championship game. But we may know a lot more about the 6A race after this week. There's 2 blockbuster games on Friday's schedule that will have a lot to determine on the playoff picture. Union has to play at Stillwater on Friday night for a district title. Union faces the possibility, if they don't win, they won't have a home playoff game. There's that possibility. And Stillwater, yes, I think Union's going to win. Hunter Taya's going to come back, it looks like. That'll be a big lift for them, their starting quarterback. But Stillwater, they've been the surprise team. They have been the surprise team. And they are for real. Jeremy Littell's having a tremendous season at quarterback. He's thrown 14 touchdown passes over the last 2 weeks. It would not surprise me at all if Stillwater won. That being said, I think if Union gets past this game, I think they're peaking at the right time. Broken Arrow, they made a big statement last week, beating Jenks. They played Union real tough earlier. I think, as of right now, Union and Broken Arrow would be my favorites to get to the state championship game. You have any more additional thoughts?
Well, I think that game this week with Union Stillwater is going to be a huge one, and I think
Jenks at Norman.
Yeah,
that's going to have a huge bearing. What do you think about that game on Friday?
I think that Jenks wins that one. I think it'll be close, but I don't see Jenks losing a second straight game. I just don't see that happening. I think that they're going to bounce back, and I don't know. Do we know more about Alex Ross right now?
Well, and Trayvon Barre, both of them are injured, and if both of them can't play with their ankle injuries and Alex with the collarbone, that Jenks doesn't have a lot of firepower without them. If anyone can lead Jenks to overcome these injuries, it is Coach Alan Trimble and his coaching staff. They are a great coaching staff. There's a reason why they've won all those state championships. So if anyone can overcome this and game plan around it, it's them. But still, that's a lot of firepower out of your offense if they don't play. There's also a few other games of interest on Friday. There's a big matchup in Class 5A, Kelly, at McAllister.
That's right. McAllister hosts Booker T this week, and I think that's going to be a really interesting one. Tony Kiefer has just been sensational this year for McAllister, and I think that they're going to win this game. What do you think?
Last year, the 2 teams met in Week 10 for a district title. Booker T won it and then wound up going on to win the state championship. This year, I think it's McAllister's year. Mm-hmm. They just seem on such an incredible roll. Tony Kiefer last week accounted for 8 TDs against Hale, 80 points. I just don't think Booker T's got enough offense to match McAllister right now, although I'm never going to count out the Booker T Hornets. They've got such tradition. Coach Darrell Hall does an amazing job there. They've got an outstanding defense, but I'd have to rate McAllister as the favorite. We thought there was going to be another blockbuster matchup in 5A this week as Central plays at Pryor, but Central was upset last week by Coweta, So Pryor wins the district championship, so there won't be a showdown for the district title on Friday at Pryor, but it should still be a very good game.
Yeah, that was a game I was at last week. Central lost to Coweta, and that was surprising, especially the way the first half was going. Central was kind of slowly getting it done, but then Coweta came back and made it a close game, and then in the end, Randall Smith made the plays that counted, and Coweta came away with the upset.
Speaking of 5A, as far as looking at how that shapes up going in the playoffs, it looks like Guthrie and Carl Albert and McAllister are head and shoulders above everyone else. But as far as the Tulsa areas, we're looking for that fourth team in their final four of 5A picks. I've been impressed with how East Central responded to its loss from a few weeks ago. They have come back better than ever from that loss that they suffered at Pryor. It's like it woke them up, and their offense looks just re-energized. They've scored over 100 points over the last 2 weeks, and before that, the offense was going nowhere. And so East Central looks like maybe shaping up into the team that I thought it was going to be coming into the season, which would be the number one ranked team in 5A. So don't overlook the Cardinals either. It looks like they've getting things going on all cylinders. Malachi Neal, Marquise Brown at running back. They're doing a great job. John McDavid at quarterback.
Well, let's make some picks. We've kind of talked about this already, but I'm going to go with Union beating Stillwater and Jinx beating Norman and McAllister beating Booker T. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Union. They will prevail somehow. All that experience of being in big games is going to pull them through at Stillwater, but it'll be a nail-biter for the Redskins, I predict. I predict McAllister will defeat Booker T, but I've just got a hunch that Norman's going to beat Jinx.
Okay.
Although it's usually a mistake to pick against Jinx, but I've just got a little bit of a hunch that because of the injury situation that Jinx faces, that Norman's going to pull off that win.
All right, well, that's all we have time for this week. Be sure to check TulsaWorld.com on Friday night for the latest scores and updates.